Namo Namaha. Today we are going to present the project closed loop voltage controlled buck converter, and this is the project of electronic section. We present this project in Srishti of IIT Roorkee. Okay. Along with me, Shaviraj and Madhav Patak worked on this. Okay, my friend Shaviraj will explain about this circuit.
Hello, I am Viraj Shah, and this is a closed loop voltage controlled buck converter. So it is mainly devised to convert fluctuating higher DC voltage to a constant DC output. So we can use it in solar panels because the solar panel output is varying, and if we need constant output for our load, so this kind of circuit can be used. So here is the simple circuit for closed loop buck converter. It is mainly the topology, and the components used here are voltage source V, one switch which has two positions 1 and 2, one inductor L, one capacitor C which is working at filter, and this is our load R. So this switch has mainly two positions 1 and 2. The position 1 corresponds to on state, on duty cycle. So here we can see in the square waveform, the upper part which is at position 1 corresponds to switch position number 1, and the lower part corresponds to 0, corresponds to switch position 2. So at position 1 the output is connected directly to input voltage. So we will have direct voltage from voltage source at our load, and at switch position 2 the voltage is cut off, voltage source is cut off, and we will have magnetic energy stored in inductor. So to change the voltage output at resistance R, we can use duty cycle and decide for what time the switch should be on or at position 1, and for what time switch should be at position 2.
Thank you, Viraj. Now going component wise, if you look at the circuit board over here, now going component wise, this is a switch. It is a MOSFET based switch. Now here is a power diode, inductor, capacitor, and for load here is a bulb. Now as is the title of our project, it is a closed loop buck converter. So how this closed loop is formed? For that we have a voltage sensor over here. This is a voltage sensor circuit with this special DC power supply circuit to be supplied to this voltage transducer that is seen in blue over here. This whole is a voltage sensor circuit. Now how it actually works in a closed loop, that we can understand. The initial part is very clear, as is similar to the circuit on here. In this format, these three components, basically four components, are connected. Now how it works in a closed loop? Okay, the voltage is sensed from here by this voltage transducer. What it actually does is it appropriately, according to the settings of the potentiometer here, steps down the voltage, and that is fed to the Arduino board. Arduino is working here as a microcontroller that senses the voltage and is programmed in such a way that that it accordingly sends the gating pulse to the MOSFET driven switch. Now it is obvious that as we change the duty cycle of the pulse that is given to this switch, the output voltage would change. So we have programmed it. Basically it is programmed in form of a PI controller, which works in such a way that if due to the input voltage change there is some output voltage change, then automatically it sets the duty cycle of that is fed to the MOSFET driven switch in such a manner that the output voltage remains constant, and hence it is given the name closed loop buck converter, as it automatically sense the change in input and sets the pulse width of the switch signal in such a manner that the input voltage remains constant. Now going component wise, this is basically a MOSFET driven switch. Here is a MOSFET and a heat sink, as we are having designed it for higher power applications too. Source drain gain connections can be seen here. This is with a transformer. This is a internal power supply requirement unit which supplies plus minus 15 volt from AC mains. Coming here, it is a power diode again with a heat sink, in air core inductor with value 4.159 millihenry, capacitor in parallel with 1800 μF value, and standard load. Now coming to the voltage sensor circuit part, it is a PCB designed by us, and here again the same thing is repeated. A transformer with internal power supply requirements like this voltage transducer that can be seen in blue has power requirement of plus minus 15 volt, that is supplied from this unit, this part. Here basically, since microcontroller cannot take higher output voltage, DC output input voltage, and cannot operate for higher voltage values as well as negative values, we have set the auxiliary circuits here designed based on potentiometers and op-amps. The one op-amp is to suitably move the waveform of the input transduced input voltage up and down, while second is to invert the waveform and take it to the positive side, and that is sent to the microcontroller, that is programmed, and basically we implemented a PI controller that based on the input voltage received, it compares with the standard value set. We have set here 30 volt, it compares with it, and accordingly the error is processed. P and I terms refer to the integral, that is it basically accounts for the past record of errors, and P means proportional, that is the current, it talks about the present errors, and accordingly it is processed by comparing with the set value, and the accordingly the processed PWM pulse width modulated signal is sent to the switch, and accordingly the duty cycle is varied as per the requirement.
This is the Arduino controller, okay, to operate the switch, to open on the switch, and here we set the point as 30 volts. Okay, we can set this from here such that the output voltage will remain constant at 30 volts, whatever it may be the input voltage. Okay, we code this as here. Okay. This is the code. Okay, completed.
Here initially we can see that input voltage given is around 50 volt and output is seen to be 30 volt. Actually 30 volt we have set it through our programming in microcontroller. We can set it to the required value as per our requirement, right? So here this shows the pulse signal that is generated from the microcontroller using PWM technique and is fed to the MOSFET driven switch. Now what I will do is I will change the input voltage and still the output voltage remains constant. Now let us see how it happens. I am increasing the input voltage. Now you can see that we have taken it as high as 75 volt, approximately 76 volt. Still you can see that it has quickly come back without a lag to the constant value set, that is 30 volt. Now the interesting thing here is the pulse width. Now we can see that compared to the initial value, the pulse width has reduced. Now as is obvious from the circuit, for higher input voltage we require less pulse width, for higher input voltage we require lesser pulse width, and for lower input voltage we require broader. And we can see it in a continuous form here. You would see that the output voltage remains at 30 volt constant, while I would change the input voltage and you can observe the change in the pulse width. Say for example I am again increasing the voltage, you can see the pulse width becomes narrower and narrower, right? And now let me decrease the voltage. Let me decrease the voltage and you will gradually see the pulse width is increasing. That is obvious and in turn logical. Number of applications. One, as my friend Viraj told, we can take input from solar panel, and though the input may change, the output voltage remain constant here as we have set it to 30 volt. So it can be used for DC battery charging and similar application. Apart from this, apart from the renewable source energy inputs, we have a number of different applications of it. Say when there is a variable load, or there is a fluctuation in the input power based on the demand and low voltage input from the source, etc. In all such applications our circuit can work, and it can provide a constant output voltage. The main advantage over here is it is self-working. Like since it is closed loop, it automatically senses the change and keeps the output voltage constant, and we don't need constant monitoring or manually settings all the time. Thank you. Here this topology is very useful as it is efficiency as high as 90% or above. Talking about the future extension that can be done in the same circuit, with regard to the solar panel application that we talked about, what we can do is we can implement with the same buck converter an MPPT algorithm. MPPT stands for maximum power point tracking algorithm. What actually it does is it operates the solar panel at a voltage at which maximum power can be extracted from the solar panel in solar panel setup.